One of the most common mistakes traders make is assuming a setup works simply because they've seen it play out a few times on the chart. A couple of winning trades give them confidence, but confidence without evidence is fragile. The truth is, until you've done the proof of concept work, you don't actually know if your setup has edge. You only believe it does. And belief alone won't keep you consistent when losses inevitably come. Proof of concept is the process of testing your setup in a structured way until you know its real probabilities. It's not glamorous work, and it doesn't give you the thrill of live trading, but it's the foundation that separates professionals from dabblers. Without proof, you're just guessing. With proof, you're armed with data that keeps you grounded when emotions start pulling you off track. So how do you do it? It starts with backtesting. You take your defined setup, entry criteria, stop placement, management rules, and you review it across historical data. You're not looking for perfection. You're looking for consistency. Does the setup deliver a positive expectancy over a large sample size? If so, you've got something to build on. If not, you've just saved yourself months of wasted time trading an illusion. But proof of concept doesn't stop at backtesting. You also need to forward test it in live conditions, either through paper trading or with very small size. This step is critical because markets evolve, and you need to see how your setup performs in the real-time flow of price. Backtesting shows you potential. Forward testing shows you reality. Together, they give you a balanced picture of whether your edge holds up. The next layer is journaling. Every trade you take should be logged, not just the P&L, but the reasoning, the structure, and whether you followed your rules. Over time, this builds a data set that tells you two things: whether the setup itself has edge, and whether you have the discipline to execute it properly. Many traders discover their setup is fine, but their execution is the real problem. That's powerful insight you'd never get without journaling. Proof of concept also protects you from the emotional roller coaster of randomness. Without proof, every loss feels devastating, and every win feels like validation. But with proof, you know exactly where those results fit within the probabilities. A losing trade doesn't shake you because you know it's just part of the sample. A winning trade doesn't inflate you because you know it's just one of many. That's how proof creates emotional balance. It's worth noting that proof of concept is not about eliminating risk. No setup wins all the time, and no amount of testing can change that. What it does is give you confidence that over the long run, the setup will produce positive results if you execute it properly. That confidence is what lets you push the button without hesitation. It's what allows you to trade with conviction even when the last few trades were losers. The traders who skip this step often spend years in cycles of hope and disappointment. They jump from one idea to the next, never really knowing whether they have an edge. They're like gamblers chasing lucky streaks instead of professionals working a repeatable process. Proof of concept breaks that cycle. It grounds you in reality and gives you a solid base to grow from. So here's the bottom line. If you haven't proven your setup, you don't have an edge. You only have a hunch. And hunches won't pay your bills. Do the work. Test your setup, build your data, and once you've proven it, commit to mastering it. Because proof isn't just about numbers. It's about building the confidence you need to execute with discipline day after day.